Hey gang, me and Sunny here, and we're looking at the third episode of Batman Cape Crusader. A little more lighthearted, not a lot, and we get two new characters introduced. The first being Selina Kyle, who Bruce meets at the museum where his mother's jewels are on display, and where we learn that she has a reputation for being a little sticky fingered, and that her father, who was like Bruce, a rich businessman, is in prison for fraud, and she's practically penniless. Anyways, during their back and forth, Bruce overhears one of the reporters talking about how his mother deserved what she got for being stupid enough to walk into Crime Alley wearing all these jewels. Which Bruce then turns him around and punches him out. This, of course, leads to him being arrested and forced into psychiatric evaluation, court ordered and things. You know, him being rich, he doesn't just go to jail and that's that. So he goes to see psychiatrist Harleen Quinzel, who in this iteration is Asian. So I'm sure that'll tick some people off. Anyways, she tries to dig into the parents' murder because this is obviously something that affects him, and he's not really cooperating, saying everything's fine, he doesn't think about it, da da da. And then we get a flashback into that night. And, anyways, Selina, seeing a news article about the Batman, gets an idea. And she goes and makes herself a outfit, the traditional Catwoman outfit of purple and green, in a dress form. And her maid isn't too happy with Selina because they have no money. She hasn't been paid in a couple of months. Rent's due, and all Selina seems to be doing is picking up stray cats. Anyways, Selina then starts a crime career as a cat burglar, of course, swapping jewels and money from well-to-do people. So, of course, eventually, she runs into Batman, and they have a bit of a chase, and he leaves her tied up for the police to get her, and she sees his car, and she's impressed with the car. Anyway, our two bent cops, Flass and Bullock, take her into custody, but she gets a good lawyer and tells a very sad sob story, and because they had no proof, because, well, the cops didn't actually see her there at the place where the crime was. Jewels could have been thrown there by the real thief. They don't know. So she gets let off. Nobody but she is happy about that. Meanwhile, at the psychiatrist sessions, Arlene Quinzel, she kind of pokes at Bruce's Playboy facade, saying she thinks it's pretty fake, and he's like, nope, what you see is what you get. Another flashback to his childhood, and Catwoman is now on her revived crime spree, and she encounters Batman again, and in the chase she slips and goes off the edge of a building. Of course, Batman saves her. She gives him a kiss because, you know, he's attractive, you know, being all macho and everything. And then when he tries to cuff her again, she has an electrified pair of jeweled knuckles that she zaps him with, and then drives off in her Catmobile. Well, Flass and Bullock immediately go to her apartment, and it is emptied out. She got evicted. She didn't pay the rent. Even though she had all that money, she didn't pay the rent. She's now holed up in the East Side in a rundown place where people don't ask questions. And again, her housekeeper isn't happy about this set of circumstances. Well, Bruce goes for his last session. Quinzel admits he is not a danger to himself or others, but she would like him to continue therapy so that they could go through some of his repressed and buried feelings. But he says, nope, all he wants is the signed paper. And so she gives it to him. Oh, there was a funny bit earlier on where he swiped his own file during the first session, and when he opens it, it is completely empty of any information. Just a note from the doctor saying, nice try, see you next Tuesday. So she isn't too slow on the uptake with him. Anyway, in order to catch this cat burglar, Bruce decides to use his family's jewels as a bait, informing the museum that he's going to be pulling his jewels out because of the string of cat burglaries, and getting in the paper that if you want to see these jewels, you've only got 2 days left. And then we get our third and unexpected classic character, one that opens up the show to the wider DC universe by grabbing crime photographer Eel O'Brien. Now, you diehard DC fans know Eel O'Brien was a criminal who got splashed with a special acid and became Plastic Man. But here he is a crime photographer. Will Plastic Man be coming out sometime? We don't know, but it is an interesting Easter egg. Anyways, he's planted in the museum. So he gets pictures of Selina in her cat outfit stealing the jewels. Batman shows up. She was prepared for that and brought along a panther. Where do you get a panther? She's swiping from the zoo? Who knows? Anyways, while he's dealing with the panther, she makes her escape only to run into Bullock and Flass and gets shot in the leg. It's a graze, but shot in the leg, and is brought down. And then Flass prepares to just take care of this whole mess right here and now and not have to deal with her anymore, i.e., one between the eyes. Well, Batman manages to subdue the panther with some gas from his belt and comes upon Flass and beats him and Bullock to a pulp. All of this caught by Eel O'Brien's camera. Batman then tends to Selina's wound and leaves her handcuffed to a heavy object so she can't get away. He then meets Eel O'Brien. Eel holds out the roll of film, tells him, yeah, he got pictures of her stealing. He also got pictures of Batman beating up 2 cops. And Batman, being the honorable man he is, says, do what you want with them all. I just need the crime photographs of Catwoman for the evidence at trial. So, Selina's arrested. She calls her maid to make bail, and her maid tells her, sorry, but I have a cruise to get to. She's like, what cruise? Oh, well, since you haven't paid me, I've transferred everything over that you have into cash, and I'm leaving. So if she just paid her rent, paid her maid, she could have gotten out. Oh, well. And, of course, Eel runs pictures, so now Batman is wanted by the police for assaulting a police officer. Really good episode. I'm intrigued by the introduction of Harleen Quinzel as the psychiatrist he goes to. Wondering what she'll pop up to. I wonder if they're going to use E.L. O'Brien more or not. And I liked this iteration of Selina. She's very playful, flirty, and fun. Don't know if that'll change from her stint in prison, but this is how she is now. Yeah, so we're off to a interesting turn for this show. Please hit like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.